let me give a special welcome to each and every one of you. Mutual Trust Bank presents in HR Club, HR Speaks Out 3.4. Before diving in, I would like to introduce you to our club. Of the club is about grooming our members with HR-based knowledge before they venture out into the corporate dimension. The foundation is now a family of 300 potential young professionals who are dedicating their hard work towards the club to maintain its position as one of the top clubs of North-South University.
This club reached an esteemed position due to holding tremendous events over the years. Such events are NSU accreditation seminars, corporate Archer, how did they do it, NSU HR calibration 2.0, and of course, HR Speaks Out. HR Speaks Out 2.0, succeeded by today's event, HR Speaks Out 3.0. One of the pioneers of our club is Muhammad Al-Amin sir, the faculty advisor of our club, who has supported us throughout everything and has also taken the initiative to further our skill sets in developing us as future leaders.
Now, let us explain what today's event is about. Mutual Trust Bank presents HR Speaks Out 3.0 is the third installment of NSU HR Club's one of the signature events, HR Speaks Out. Bearing the slogan, Bridge the Gap Between Industry and Academia, the aim of this event is to help students broaden their knowledge and perceptions regarding the corporate world via the insights shared by representatives from various renowned companies of Bangladesh. School of Engineering and Physical Sciences, School of Health and Life Sciences, and School of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Now we would like to extend our heartiest gratitude to Mutual Trust Bank Limited for their utmost support in making this event a reality. Let us give them a big round of applause. For our partners, we would like to express our heartfelt thanks to our broadcast partner ATN Bangla, our print media partner, the independent daily Ittefaq, radio partner Radio Kurti, beverage partner Mojo, photography partner Mac Photography, and last but not the least, our snacks partner Carnal.
Before we proceed to the main part of the event, I would like to take a moment to introduce the executive body of 2018-2019 of NSU HR Club. Allow me to introduce you to our president Nabil Shahriar Chaudhuri, joint secretary Arnob Devnath, and our treasurer Humaira Afia.
As one of the session speakers of School of Humanities and Social Sciences, we would like to call Ms. Purni Mazumdar, the manager of HR and admin of Marks and Spencer Bangladesh, on stage to share her knowledge with us.
Slide looks hazy or clear? Can you understand it? Yeah? All right. So I have put a picture here. Yes, please.
Being organized or casual at the same time.
Okay. Okay. Yes, please.
Keeping the balance between corporate and personal life.
Great. Any other concept or any other opinion? Just be free, whatever your mind speaks out.
Perfect man.
Sorry?
Perfect man.
Perfect man. Okay. All right. So can I proceed now?
Sure.
Okay. So when you see that side, you can see very chill life. Camera, stakes, bags, goggles, and here is numbers, statistics, and all. So at first, you might think that, what is this? But if you look at this, don't you think that this is life? No? And most of us choose any of it actually, either this one or this one. But there are a few people, they choose both. For example, a photographer whose passion is doing photography, and he's earning huge money out of it. And he is doing all this calculation for running his business. Okay? At the same time, probably a researcher who is doing his master's or PhD, who is involving with a lot of statistics and numbers, at the same time he is enjoying his life. Right? So we need to really think how we're going to pursue our life. how we gonna pursue our career, whether we'll be pursuing our passion or not, or we wanna be entrepreneur like Jia Bhai. Okay, so yeah, so these people are real hustler. I have a lot of respect for this kind of people who are the entrepreneurs in Bangladesh. And at the same time, the corporates who are doing extremely well and exceptionally marvelous. So, I mean, those people are the real successful people in the country. Let me introduce myself a bit. So, my name is Pawni Mujumdar. I worked in this industry for 5 years. When I talk about the garment industry, particularly I'm heading the HR department of this company. I'm working in Marks & Spencer, and I'll be talking about Marks & Spencer a bit. Before that, I worked in marketing agency for a long time. I worked in Asiatic. I'm sure some of you heard the name of Asiatic. And before that, I worked in Mediaite. That's another agency, marketing communication company. And before that, I worked in a bank for a couple of months. So, and I'm a graduate. I did my MBA over there. I did my undergrad from West Bengal University, India. So this is all about me in short. I worked more than 12 years. And I find this industry, especially when I talk about HR industry, is sorry.
Can someone hold?
Do you think this product is nice? Yeah? We make it from Bangladesh. And trust me, this is a very complicated product. Very complicated product. So, this is another one. So, as a country, the ready-made garments business we are doing is phenomenal. And we are very proud that where we are at this moment. As Marks & Spencer, at this moment, every year we are doing $800 million business, and that's huge. And we are the best, highest sourcing country compared to any South Asian region country. Marks & Spencer sourcing from Bangladesh, the highest. So I think it's a very, very proud moment as a Bangladeshi, and the contribution we are making for the economy, this is really, really phenomenal. Now, I will be talking about this, what I have learned in university, what are the requirements of employers these days, what should university do for future graduates, what do I suggest to students, global trend of HR profession, and key to success for students and university. What do we learn from the university? Some documents, some theories, isn't it? Yes. Ma. The Maxim Gorky's ma আছে, Anisul Haq's ma আছে. তো আমি জিজ্ঞেস করলাম যে which writers? তো বললো Anisul Haq. Can you tell me a little bit of Anisul Haq's ma? And the story came out very differently. So whatever you mention in your CV, make sure you know each and everything. The recruiters like me, I go very detailed. And trust me, I catch. So yeah. The second thing, alignment with the values. So we all have value systems, right? What is value? What is value? Value is a characteristic that represents us. Somebody might be, you might be very much integrity-oriented person. You might be very much kind. So if you are very kind, kindness is your value. If you are very much honest, honesty is your value. If you are very much empathetic, empathy is your value. Okay? Same way, company has some value system that represents the company. So we try to find people, those people's value system and our value system will be matching. So what are our values? Our values are integrity, in touch, inspiration, and innovation. So we try to link with people that whose value system will be matching with us and who will be going well with our organization. Okay, so what recruiters want their value system and the candidates' personal value system got matched. And the industry knowledge. So, you might be interested to work in marketing communication company, you might be interested to work in bank, you might be interested to work in startups. You were telling that bringing some industry expert during the courses, so I also put this. So this actually created a bridge to the students. So for example, people like somebody who is the expert in the industry for a particular area, if that person comes and share their knowledge and experiences, at the same time you know the theories and all the data, so then your course will be fulfilled in a different level. So I think university can consider that. Career counseling is really very much important, because beginning of the career or when you will be ending up your studies, they don't have particular interest or particular choice probably for one industry. They jump in for one industry and then suddenly they realize, oh no, this is not my cup of tea, so I can probably join somewhere else, and then somewhere else, and then somewhere else. So that might be the loss for those companies. So, there will be proceeding with this person or not. And then there will be the final round interview or even the compliance of it. Then you are not adding value much. And I'm sure that if you join in a company, everybody wants to help you out. If you have the interest, if you have real interest, people will be supporting you, people will be sharing their information. So be responsible. This is one advice. It's for the success of university and the student both. And also produce the sellable products. For you, who is your product? Okay? To be the sellable, okay? You will be your product all the time. If we can sell ourselves, how come we'll sell our product? How come we'll sell our service? Alright?
Sponsor Mutual Trust Bank Limited and have their representatives speak a few words about themselves.
Actually, I came here to give you the sessions about the different perspective that HR Speak Out. It's not related with the banking actually. So I am Nafisa Chaudhary from Mutual Trust Bank, currently working as a head of student banking and the women banking, is a vice president of Mutual Trust Bank. While I was going through this campus, I just recall my days actually, which is 19 years back. I think this part is the best part of your life. Enjoy yourself. So this is the governance of MTB, Mutual Trust Bank. Mr. Hedayatullah, chairman of the Mutual Trust Bank, he is the pioneer of the footwear industry. And Khaza Nargis Hossain is the vice chairman of the Mutual Trust Bank. And Manzoor Ilahi, I think all of you very known about Mr. Manzoor Ilahi. He is the pioneer of the business sector. And M.A. Road JP, Rashid Chaudhary, Arifuddola, and they are very well known of the market sector. And they are owner of the ACI and the owner of the Square Group. We have in Mutual Trust Bank, we have a 2,100 employee in our banking industry. We have a very much alternative challenge in our banking sector. We have a ATM, we have 114 branches, we have 103 agent banking center in the Mutual Trust Bank. And apart from that, in banking sector, we are providing wholesale customer, retail product, we have cards, and we have so many things in our banking sector. And we have a deposit product, we have a card, and the loan product. Actually, why I came here, in our time, there were no one in this industry who actually motivate us to give you the suggestion about how you are developing in the savings scheme, how you are going to develop your savings scheme. And I am here to give you this, to motivate you to develop savings in the account, develop savings in the banking sector. মিউচুয়াল ট্রাস্ট ইন্ট্রোডিউস করেছে এনটিবি জুনিয়র, এনটিবি গ্র্যাজুয়েট, এনটিবি এডুকেশন প্ল্যান, NTB Children Education Deposit Scheme, NTB Edu Finance, NTB File Service Center. What we are seeing previously, only the person who is earning money and they are just open the account in their banking. But now you can also open the account. You can also do your own savings. You can also save your money to the any banking sector, any banking industry. Which is NTB Junior account it's basically for the students, basically for the children who are under 18 years. And for your education, কোনো প্যারেন্টস যদি চায় আপনাদের পড়াশোনাটা শেষ করা পর্যন্ত একটা লোন নেবে, সো আমরা সেই লোনটা অফার করে থাকি। এনটিবি গ্র্যাজুয়েট প্রোগ্রাম, এখানে আমরা ওডিও দিয়ে থাকি, লোন সার্ভিস দিয়ে থাকি, যেমন এখানে ইনস্টলমেন্ট বেসিসও দিতে পারি, আমরা আবার ওডি ফ্যাসিলিটিও দিতে পারি। কোনো যদি সিকিউরিটি থাকে আপনাদের প্যারেন্টসদের, সো সেইটার বেসিসে আপনারা 90% সিকিউরিটি নিয়ে ওই লোনটা আপনারা অ্যাভেল করতে পারেন, আপনার প্যারেন্টসরা অ্যাভেল করতে পারে। NTB Edu Finance, it's basically EMI based loan facility up to, this is a very competitive interest rate, এবং discount আছে student file processing এ। Student file processing is a different service sector. If you are interested to go abroad for any higher studies, we can open a file for the student file service center. We have a 3 file service center. আপনারা ওই ফাইল সার্ভিসটা ওপেন করে ওটা থ্রুতে আপনারা প্রসেসিং যেমন রেমিটেন্স পাঠাতে পারেন, আপনাদের টিউশন ফি এক্সপেন্স ওই চ্যানেলের থ্রুতে আপনারা পাঠাতে পারেন। আদারওয়াইজ ইটস ভেরি ডিফিকাল্ট টু রেমিট এনি ফান্ড টু আউটসাইড। ক্রিয়েটিভ একটা, বিকজ এখানে কোনো প্যারেন্টের ডেথ হলে বা কোনো অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট সার্ভিস হলে ব্যাংক আসলে আপনাদের প্রিমিয়ামটা ব্যাংক দিয়ে থাকবে এবং ওটার জন্য আপনারা একটা ইন্স্যুরেন্স কাভারেজ পাবেন। আপনারা পড়া অবস্থায় যদি আপনাদের প্যারেন্টসের কোনো রকম ডেথ হয় বা কোনো রকম অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট হয়, সেটা ব্যাংক উইল আপনারা প্রতি মাসে মাসে একটা অ্যামাউন্ট পাবেন। এখানে কিন্তু আপনারা একটা ছোট একটা অ্যামাউন্ট দিয়ে একটা অ্যাকাউন্ট করতে পারেন, 500 টাকা দিয়ে আপনারা একটা মিনিমাম ব্যালেন্স দিয়ে একটা অ্যাকাউন্ট করতে পারেন, সেইটার থ্রুতে আপনারা আপনাদের সেভিংস করতে পারেন। এবং এটার এগেনস্টে যে আমাদের ইন্স্যুরেন্স পলিসিটা আছে, আপনারা স্টুডেন্ট থাকা অবস্থায় সেটার এগেনস্টে আপনি ইন্স্যুরেন্স কাভারেজ পেয়ে যাবেন তোলার জন্য। এবং এটা প্রতিটা স্টুডেন্টের জন্যই প্রয়োজন, যেটা আমাদের সময় ছিল না, বাট আমরা সেন্ট্রাল ব্যাংকের ইনফ্লুয়েন্সেই আসলে আমরা এটা করেছি। এবং কুডোস টু সেন্ট্রাল ব্যাংক, 1000 টাকা 60 মান্থের জন্য সে পাবে যদি থাকে। যদি পার্মানেন্ট বা টোটাল ডিসেবিলিটি হয়ে যায় তখনও সেক্ষেত্রে সে 5000 টাকা করে পার মান্থ 60 মান্থের জন্য পাবে। এবং অ্যাক্সিডেন্টাল বা মেডিকেল রিইম্বার্সমেন্টের জন্য, যে কোনো রকম অ্যাক্সিডেন্টাল ইনসিডেন্টের জন্য 10000 টাকা করে পাবে। সো আমাদের টোটাল 70 ডিসকাউন্টস পার্টনার আছে, যেখানে রেস্টুরেন্ট, তারপরে আপনার বুক স্টক, বিভিন্ন জিম, বিভিন্ন এজেন্সির সাথে আমাদের ডিসকাউন্টশিপ আছে। সো আপনারা যদি একটা করে অ্যাকাউন্ট ওপেন করেন, স্টুডেন্ট অ্যাকাউন্ট, তাহলে আপনারা এই ডিসকাউন্ট অফারগুলো পেয়ে যাবেন। সো কালকের থেকে আমাদের এখানে 3 দিনের জন্য একটা ক্যাম্পেইন চলবে। সো এনিওয়ান ক্যান ওপেন দ্য স্টুডেন্ট অ্যাকাউন্ট। আমি আপনাদেরকে অবশ্যই বলবো প্রতিটা স্টুডেন্ট একটা করে স্টুডেন্ট অ্যাকাউন্ট ওপেন করেন। সো থ্যাংক ইউ ফর অল।
Now let us give her a warm applause.
Like, what do you guys want to know me as? Zia Ashraf, or founder of Chaldal, or a student of North South? How many of you want me to hear as student of North South? Yeah. So, basically, I'm your friend, I'm your brother, I'm a student of NSU in the street that we're sitting. And, for me, I can talk about experiences, but all of you are better than me as well. Why all of you are better? So, since I have to talk about HR and how we hire people in in Chaldal is very different from the rest of the companies that you see around. Of making something happen rather than coming and working for Chaldal. Like, I don't know, maybe you think of something every morning, every night, that, I could have been this, then, this would have been something great. And I need somebody to facilitate me to make that dream possible. Like, when I graduated from North South, many of you are going to graduate, I was lost. When you go to this kind of arguments, it becomes very difficult to really relate yourself to the real world. Like, if I get a good job in BAT, why will I join Chowdhull? If I get a good job in Marks and Spencer, probably I will not think of making a garment factory. Because their corporate structure is such, their systems are such that it will never allow me to actually reach the goal that I want to achieve. Now in Chowdhull, we made our parameters as low as possible. There is no parameter. Anyone can join the company. My HR director has been instructed by me that if you cannot hire a good person from the market because of certain disabilities even, then it is your failure. You have to create a position for this intelligent person because I want him to be a part of this company to take it forward. Like a lot of you are talking because a lot of you are thinking what are the job requirements to join Chowdhull, I think.
801.
And you want to hear that. We don't have a job requirement. We are hiring a warehouse. You want to come and build it. You want to come and manage the whole thing. You just come and do it and show me that you are doing better than people who have studied in places worse than North South. They have worked in, they have studied in Pitumi College, they have studied in different places. I think most gentlemen, because I may not be fundamentally correct in a lot of things. The fire brigade came and stopped the fire and they could not stop it on time. So then how do we solve that problem? So you see that there are many ways in which you might think something is very easy around you. But things around you may not be that easy and simple. Solve those solutions because you guys are thought to be one of the best people in the country. Do you believe that or you don't believe that? You all are so quiet.
Yeah, actually I was it.
Yeah, you should say yes, yes, yes. We will do something different. We will make something happen. When I started Chowdhull, I had to tell people this is a home delivery service because people did not know what is e-commerce. When I started Chowdhull, there was no logistic company, there was no pathao, there was no one to carry goods from one place to another. There was no Uber also. I first realized Uber when I went to San Francisco. My friend was telling me, hey, this is Uber, you call a car. I was like, why will somebody give me a ride with their car? Nice cars are coming. I'm like, what the hell is happening here? They're like, this is Uber, this is good service, you don't have it in Bangladesh? I'm like, no. So then it came to Bangladesh, now life is much easier. I even came today with the Uber because there is no parking. I don't know where to park in North South. Okay, so what I was trying to say is that then what happened? There was no logistic services, no pathao, no one could deliver goods from one place to another. Even today, even till date, there is no logistic company in the country that have agreed to deliver grocery items. People will come, I'm sure that there are a lot of pathao riders even among the students of North South. While going home, they might take a friend home. It is not done by me. So whoever did it, forgot that. Okay, fine. So the mistakes, the problems are created by us when we go in front of our employers, when we go in front of our professors, when we go in front of all the important people that we meet in our daily life. Everyone is important. Your parent is important. Your mother is important. Your father is important. You don't want to make a mistake in front of them as well. You want to be at your best performance. You want to have the best result in the university for your father, for your mother first, isn't it? And then for your employees, because they are the ones who have to drive bhalo result korba, bhalo result na korle, bhalo chakri babara, bhalo chakri na paile, bhalo lifestyle hobe na, etc., etc. So you are actually working for somebody else. From the first day you got to know about life, probably. Okay? So my suggestion to all of you is that when you go to an employer, or to a company to take an interview, like say you came to me, I would first ask you like, where are you from? And you said like, I'm from North South. It already gives me a picture that NSU is quite tough to graduate because I have experienced it myself. So I'm sure like these students are at least good students compared to others. Okay, that's very good. So you came, you spoke to me. I try to find out a leader in each of you. When you come and get a chance to have an interview with me, it means you are obviously getting interviewed to grow the company bigger. Yeah, we take a lot of logistic people like delivery man and all that. We always want to ensure on-time delivery. We want to ensure product to be delivered properly, without any breakage, without making it wet or whatever. Suddenly the delivery man goes out in the road and there is storm. How do we solve this problem? Is there anyone who wants to voluntarily answer this? Okay, so you see, like in this room, he has given us one solution. It may not be perfect. You just don't solve your problem of finance. You solve your problem of understanding the citizens of the country. You have direct access to understanding who is thinking like what. You have the access to learn all these things by spending our money. Like you make mistakes, we allow you to make mistakes because you are taking a learning to make us better. Eventually making us better means making yourself better. So I always welcome all of you to come to Chaldan and work for us. Though your salaries might be like little bit low for a while, because you gain a lot of experience. Like say, I'm telling you, like what people we are looking for. I'm very less structured, I'm sorry, like you come to HR and sir. The thing is, it's very simple. Now we want to operate outside Dhaka. We want to operate in the entire country. We need somebody who can keep track of every single order that will go outside Dhaka, what problems those customers will face, and how to solve the problems they are facing. Like somebody in Chittagong will face one kind of problem, somebody in Rangpur will face one kind of problem, somebody in Sylhet will have different product requirements, somebody will have issues with payment, somebody will have issues with return. So a lot of problems. Now this leader can come to me and tell me that you say, I want to solve your this outside Dhaka problem. I will be Zia Ashraf for outside Dhaka. You don't have to wake up one morning and think whether our order is getting delivered in Chittagong or not. If that happens, you come and tell me, like like work for 2 months, and then you come and tell me that you bro, listen, you give me like 100,000 or 200,000, I will be with you. You don't give it to me, I'm going. Goodbye. And don't share my number.
I wanted to know that what would you prefer me to do after my graduation? Like start my own business like you did, or work under a company like Chalda, like it is?
Okay, internship. So I got it in one bank. So I worked for 3 months, and they were very impressed with my work. I was a very good manager. Like they were giving me a lot of work. Like I was doing work of like 5 people, up to 7 o'clock every day. Like they would call me early, leave me late. I was like, I'm an intern student. Why are you giving me like so much of work? Like all the people in the office are not like giving me work. So I was like, give me work, and they were not giving. So I used to do some stock lot business. Yes, please.
I feel really honored actually staying for the last 6 years in Australia. And when I see the pricing of Chalda.com, I felt very impressed, and I told many of my other colleagues who were doing PhD at the University of New South Wales that I say, well, in e-commerce, Chaldas.com is making really a big room in Bangladesh, and really Chaldas.com is doing good. The thing is, actually, I would like to say about your HR, it's not my field to speak out, but I used to teach business communication, Buzz 251, and where we used to say that if you really would like to build up your career, so you need to be confident in yourself. Wherever you go for doing some interview, you have to be very soft and gentle and know the company very well. But he says that you need to know the problems company is undergoing, and if you really know the problems, you can meet the requirements of the organization. I'm too happy that Zia has made very concrete and objective presentation where some of the words he used, growing confidence and dedication, it's not the money. I should say one example of my elder brother who is now working in RAK Ceramics, and he's the CEO of that company. He started as a salesperson with a motorcycle from companies to builders. He was going. It's not that on the very first day you can be the manager or some positions that he expects. You have to struggle very hard, and those of you who will be going in the marketing field or supply chain field, you need to work from the root level to know where the things are moving in, and then that can help you building. Today, my many students have many ventures, many organizations. If you meet them, everybody has given their efforts. You have to put your efforts to improve yourself and to be somewhere where you can make something for the country and for the community. Sorry I took your time. Thank you very much.
Inshallah, it will help us build confidence and resilience in our future interviews and recruitment process. I know I have at least built a few confidence right now.
I believe some excellent time was spent here today. Mutual Trust Bank presents HR Speaks Out 3.0 is finishing here. This seminar is finishing here. Thank you each and every one of you for your participation and making the hours more lively. We hope you enjoyed this event as much as we did organizing it because of the sheer amount of hard work and dedication we put. I'm Faria Kano.
I'm Farhan Hassan.
And we are the proud members of MSU HR Club. We will be hosting this session throughout. And my honored guests, let me give a special welcome to each and every one of you this morning and express what a tremendous honor it is to unveil this event. Mutual Trust Bank presents HR Speaks Out 3.0. Before diving in, I would like to introduce our club. Starting from with just 3 members back in 2015, MSU HR Club started with a core objective of developing and grooming its members through HR practice on a professional scale and to support the education process of the young professionals in accordance with the current employment needs. Alongside this, the club also aimed to connect the students to the corporate world by meticulously handling the information flow through many of its events and competitions. Moreover, it also bore an objective to establish a network between the corporate and its members. The whole operation of the club is about grooming our members with HR-related knowledge before they dive into the venture of corporate dimension. That foundation from scratch is now a family of 300 potential young professionals who are dedicating their hard work towards the club to hold its position as one of the top clubs of North-South University.
This club has reached such an esteemed position due to its tremendous success over the events it has held over the various years. Such events are NSU Accreditation Seminar, Corporate Archer, How Did They Get Here, HR Calibration 2.0, and obviously HR Speaks Out 2.0, and succeeding today's event, HR Speaks Out 3.0. One of the greatest pioneers of our club is our faculty advisor, Muhammad Alamin, sir.
Now, let us explain what today's event is about. Mutual Trust Bank presents HR Speaks Out 3.0 is the 3rd installment of MSU HR Club's one of the signature events, HR Speaks Out. Bearing the slogan, Bridge the Gap Between Industry and Academia, the aim of this event is to help students broaden their knowledge and perception regarding the corporate world via the insights shared by representatives from different renowned companies of Bangladesh.
It will allow them to get acquainted to the real-life human resources practice and the extent of its impact in an organization. Eventually, students will get proof why a good HR is a must in any organization. You know, as they say, people don't leave a bad company, they leave bad management.
This year, Mutual Trust Bank presents HR Speaks Out 3.0 will comprise of a 2-day program with the involvement of all 4 schools of North-South University. School of Business and Economics, School of Engineering and Physical Sciences, School of Health and Life Sciences, and School of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Now we would like to extend our heartiest gratitude to Mutual Trust Bank Limited for their utmost support in making this event a reality. Please help me give them a warm applause. Mutual Trust Bank is a private commercial bank in Bangladesh founded in 1999. In 2015, the bank became one of the 2 local partners of Life Insurance Corporation of India in Bangladesh. The Daily Star 15th Bangladesh Business Awards described the bank as one of the best-run banks in Bangladesh. Without their contributions, it would have been difficult to get here. Furthermore, the efforts to aid the successful unveiling of this event was enhanced by our partners. We would like to express our heartfelt thanks to our broadcast partner, ATN Bangla, our print media partner, the independent Daily Ittefaq radio partner, Radio Furti, beverage partner, Mojo, photography partner, Matt Photography, and last but not least, snack partner, Carnel.
Before we proceed to the main part of the event, I would like to take a moment to introduce the executive body of 2018-2019 of NSU HR Club. Allow me to introduce you to our president, Nabil Shahriar Choudhury, our vice president, Rabak M. Choudhury, general secretary, Ataul Mustafa Rakhan, joint secretary, Arnav Devna, and our treasurer, Humaira Afia. Now, I would like to call on stage our faculty advisor, Muhammad Alamin sir, who has always supported us, and please give us the honor of introducing him.
Beximco and the keynote speakers and the audiences, the students, good afternoon and assalamu alaikum to everyone. One of the major questions that I face always as a faculty member of Human Resources Management is, why is HRM so important? I get the question from other students who do not study Human Resources Management, because my HR students know why HR is important, but I always get a student from other students, why HRM is important? What does that do? So here is how I answer. You see Human Resources Management. So that clearly indicates that human is one of the resources in the context of an organization. In the context of an organization, you have many resources. For example, you have physical resources of an organization. What are those resources? For example, this building is a physical resource. This projector is a physical resource. Then these chairs are all these physical resources. All right? Then what are the financial resources? Financial resources would be your revenue. Assume that, not assume, well, this chair or dais, this is a physical resource, right? If I just move that a little bit, is it gonna mind? Is it gonna tell that I will not be moved, I'll just stay in here, you can't move me? So that's a physical resource, it's easy to manage. Anyone can move it anyway, it's not gonna mind, that's easy. If you move the chairs, they're gonna be absolutely fine, they will not mind. All right, my watch, a physical resource. If I just throw it away, it's not going to tell that I'm going to stay with you. Now, let me talk about the financial resources. What are the financial resources? Like money. That's the North-South University has decided to donate me all the money. You guys are going to be without the university. So money ki bolben na, ai lokar kache amra thakbo na. It's going to stay perfectly fine. I'm going to buy new houses, cars, and everything. That's okay for me, right? But now come to the point. The main resource is human resource management. It's not easy to manage human resource management. If you wrongly move someone from one place to another place, that person is going to tell, no, I'm not going to be moved. That's going to resist, that's going to respond. All right? An organization can have the best strategies in the world, can have the best physical resources, can have the best financial resources, but if it doesn't have the best human resources, it's going to fail sooner or later. Why? Who is going to use your best strategies? Human. So if you hire the wrong people, your whole organization will collapse. If you train people wrongly, your whole organization will collapse. If you don't measure the performance well, again, your whole organization collapses, because human resource is the most important resource, and that's the resource which is most difficult to manage. All right? But these people are here in order to manage that difficult resource, which is human resource. I would be interested in understanding how they manage that human resource, how they recruit that human resource, and how they will be interviewing the human resources. Because that's the very, very important task for these people. Like I said, human resource is the raw material of an organization. If you hire wrong people, the whole organization will suffer. The whole organization will have not the right kind of manufacturing performance or the service performance. So because human is the most important thing. All right, so today we are gonna have the speeches from the experts of Beximco. They're gonna discuss how they select the best resource of an organization, which is human resource, how they interview them, and how they make sure those people are motivated in the organization. And you will get the suggestions from them, you will learn from them, and you will understand how the contemporary practices are practiced in the context of the organization. Now, I understand many of you are from the School of Public Health, and you don't have a lot of courses on management or human resources management, but you go through the same procedures or assessment that the School of Business students go through. So previously, this particular event was focusing on the School of Business only, but later on we realized HR is important for all the students regardless of their majors. HR is not just important for the School of Business. For example, if you want to apply as a pharmacist, you have to go through HR. If you want to apply as let's say NGO employee, again you have to go through HR. If you apply for a bank, you have to go through HR. If you work for a lecturer in the English department, again you have to go through HR. So all the students, regardless of their majors, will have to go through HR.
Today, HR Speak Out is hosting two seminars, where the first session took place from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., which concentrated on the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, and this session, the second session, will be dedicated to the School of Health and Life Sciences. As our session speaker of School of Health and Life Sciences, we would like to call Mr. M.A. Arshad Bhuiyan, the Deputy General and Head of HR of Beximco Pharmaceuticals Limited, on stage to share his knowledge with us.
Can you hear me at the back? Yes. Louder or? It's okay.
It's okay.
Sometimes once I speak, I become very much louder. Please, right? Then you tell me that, yeah, we cannot hear you because you are so loud. First of all, I must thank the faculty here and the club members and the students of School of Health and Life Science. At the same time, my colleagues who are present here, and everyone who are present or not present for making this program a good, effective one and a successful one. Thank you very much for inviting us. I may not be a good speaker like your faculty, but you need to bear me for next 1 hour at least. Okay? Are you ready? Yes. Fine. How do you like these presentations? Should I go slide by slide, a very formal one, or I should be an informal one, so you can become more interactive one? Which one you prefer? Second one? Yes. Okay, fine. It's better for me. I cannot become formal. Okay. Now, regarding me a little bit, my name is Arshad Bhuiyan, already you know that. So I have been working in Beximco Pharma for last 10 years. I joined very early in 2010, and almost last 10 years I'm working there. Prior to that, I worked in Kohinoor Chemical Company, also in the capacity of HR, heading HR departments. So I have as many as 24 years of experience in managing human resource in this field. And a little bit of my organization, Beximco Pharma. I'll show you short video clips actually. Through that you can have an idea about Beximco Pharma. So just a bit, those days, Beximco Pharma used to bring product from Upjohn, Bayer, the European companies and American companies. But later, since 1980, we started our own formulation product. as well as the API product in Beximco Pharma. And then we focused not only in our domestic sales, at the same time, we started for international sales as well.
Beximco Pharma is a leading manufacturer and exporter of medicines in Bangladesh. From that humble beginning, we have grown from strength to strength, and today we have emerged as a global generic day presence in more than 50 countries around the world. We attribute our growth to one thing: our commitment to make life, which is produced in state-of-the-art facilities and distributed through a network that connects the entire country to our company. We formulate medicines and make them affordable for all in all key therapeutic groups.
So, how did you like Beximco Pharma? Did anybody visit our plant or anywhere of Beximco Pharma? Not yet. So I hope that here from first semester to students who all are from public universities, like the Dhaka University, Jahangirnagar University, Khulna University, Russia University, Noakhali Projukti University. But the things and the days have changed. Nowadays, from the private universities, North-South is one of the, I should say, one of the most reputed universities where from we collect our employees. Just I'm going to show you few of our employees from different functions who all are from North-South graduate.
I'm very old. I feel very old right now when you guys are sitting there. I'm 093 batch of North-South. So I think when I started in this university, that was my first semester when I used to start in this place. So you can understand how old I am compared to you all. So as per your question, resume and CV. When we're studying an HR course, our faculties usually give us a difference, give us an idea what is a CV, what is a resume. See, if you can see, I already pointed out a few points here. A resume is basically a summary. It should not be more than a page. We have a tendency of writing everything. For example, I got a TA-ship in this semester. I got a scholarship in this semester. This should be avoided when you're writing a resume. Okay? If you have a work experience, that should come first, since you will be applying. So that should be at the top. If you do have any work experience. If you do not have any work experience, then you just do not write anything regarding it. Okay? Even if you're writing any work experience, make sure it's really related to the job you're applying. Something which is not at all related, it's better if you skip it because it should be one pager. Okay? Nowadays what we see, people go to a lot of occasions, you're going to attend a wedding, we kind of see pictures like this. Believe me, this is from a CV. This is from there. There are two pictures. One is very blurred. We see these. I think what you do, you take a stamp size photo of yours, you take it once and then you keep on scanning it. And you just staple it in your CV or resume, whatever you're submitting, or you're just putting it as a soft copy, right? We cannot see you as a person. What kind of pictures are those? Or you have gone for a wedding ceremony. We do not want to see you have gone for a wedding ceremony. We want a professional picture. Where you are giving the first impression. When you're giving the first impression, that is very important. We are just going to have a look. Then, if you got any scholarships or anything, you can just point out later in very short summary. It should be one pager. That's very important. If you are not going for corporate careers, if you're going for a research field, if you're going for PhD or any other thing, educational purposes, then it is fine. You write a lot of things. It can be multiple pages. Okay? So this is very important, a one-pager resume, a summarized version of what you are. Just remember, there will be 30 seconds and you are selling yourself within those 30 seconds. So write everything that describes you in those 30 seconds. Okay? That is the most important part other than the theory. Because theory, your faculties are there, they will explain you the differences. But in reality, this is what you need to know. You have 30 seconds, tell yourself within the 30 seconds. Okay? Does it answer your question, or you want me to go to further details, as in broken down pieces?
Yes, and this is the place where actually you get an opportunity to write few sentences through which actually you can show that written test. This is very important for the life science students, because we really emphasize more on your written test, because you belong to a technical part. Because in our marketing department also, those who are working, they are pharmacists. Because pharmacy is such a thing, even you want to go for marketing, you need to know the basics. That's why this written is very important. And if I ask you that, like our written is divided into major two parts. One is from your pure academics, where we like to know you what you have learned from pharmacy, and rest of the part is from the aptitude test, the IQ, EQ, and all those tests from GRE or GMAT. So you need to be prepared, because this is actually happening for all other organizations as well. They look for the students or the candidates who must have that good aptitude and logical thinking capabilities. This is very important for the written test. At the same time,
we are training our team for the Spanish language, because some of our customers are speaking Spanish, and if we can communicate with them in Spanish, that bond is creating. So that will be very much helpful for our business to grow there. So this is how that adding another language to your CV or to your personality will give you more benefit, and it will help you to get selected in a pharmaceutical company like us. Thank you.
thank you, Shikhi. These organizations really need to excel. May not be the competency Beximco Pharma is looking for, Square Pharma will be looking for the same competency. Because Beximco Pharma and Square Pharma, maybe they are running in a different business model, in a different way. Maybe Beximco Pharma is completely run by the professionals, by the management body. In Square Pharma, maybe the owners has got a huge influence over the total management body. So organization to organization, maybe healthcare has got a different way of assessing their competencies. That's why in every organization, competencies will not be the same, and there will not be the same criteria for selections. So what are these competencies? Maybe subject knowledge is one of the competencies. Your adaptations, communication skill, your leadership ability, your cognitive skill, your negotiation skills. These all are the competencies. I'll show you that what Beximco Pharma have their as a competency. Just
I wanted to know that what qualities do you seek most to recruit a person in the interview process?
What qualities do we seek more?
Yeah.
Okay. And thereby we try to see that how he or she is reacting with that question. And through that, we figure out, okay, this guy is arrogant. This guy has got ego. So be careful, be aware. If you really have ego, try to make it work on that so that it doesn't come out suddenly. Pressure interview sometimes suddenly somebody will be asking such a question that you feel so bad. You just react, and through that reaction your originality comes out. Okay? So that's why attitude is so important, because in the real-time scenario, once you work in the organizations, there will be so many things. Have you heard the name organizational politics? Each and every organization there is politics. It's like our country politics. In organization also there are politics. Now you need to survive in these organizations, you need to face this politics, at the same time you need to excel as well. So what quality you should have that you can win over this thing? you must have to have certain qualities. So a positive, good attitude actually, if you see even a bad thing, you need to take it positively and you need to bring out that there is something, some good lessons out of there. I need to take it and thereby I can develop myself. Actually, this is how you can improve. And an organization or employer really look for people who has got good attitudes, who have good adaptive qualities, through which he or she can merge with the organization and people. This is so important. Anybody have any question?
Hiring active undergrad students like me as a part-time.
Shibli, do you really hire? No, right now we don't.
What I should.
No problem. You can think and then again reframe. What do you want to say?
Okay, what is the impact of hobbies in our job recruitment process?
Hobbies?
Yes.
Okay.
In our lecture, actually, it was being said that there is an impact of hobbies. So I wanted to know that is there any impact?
Yeah, thank you very much. Please. She can actually plant very good cactuses. It all comes from her heart actually. So in every organization actually look for the innovation. For the innovations, if anyone might pursue any hobby, each and every hobby actually runs with the passions. At the same time, you become innovative for your particular hobby. And that actually adds value to your CV. At the same time, in the interview session also, the person who has got an active hobby and the person who has got not an active hobby, definitely the person having active hobby will get preference out of that particular second person. So that's why it has got impact. Any other question? Yes. Okay.
I have another question. What is the CV criteria of your organization?
CV criteria?
No, sorry, CGPA criteria.
CGPA criteria? Sonia, can you please help us?
I know very well how actually it works, and I know actually very well how our organization works actually. So every organization has some rules, some terms and conditions, right?
I do have
very good question.
I do have a CGPA of 3.2. I think a lot of people here have a lot of high CGPAs, but I have a very low CGPA. But believe me, wherever I gave interview, I actually went in the last step. I went to the last step of Unilever. I worked at MGH. I think I worked at Beximco. So CGPA is not always a factor. It's not always a factor. So don't be disheartened. But just keep the bare minimum.
I have interest to know that does my beard can create a bad impact while I am sitting on an interview chair?
Have you heard the question?
Yes.
Does beard have any impact? So you can see me and you can get the answer. People from a different religion, different culture. So where maybe some places, somewhere, there might be a barrier. It is a glass ceiling, you can see. Nobody will spell it out, but it is still there. You'll feel it, it is there. So in that function actually there are certain limitations. Other than that sales functions, there is no limitation for the beard actually. This is also important, isn't it? Okay, next another important is that assessment center. Do you have any idea about assessment center? No? Is there anyone who actually took part in maybe ISSB for military, Army, Navy, Air Force? Anybody? Okay, one hand I find. Actually, assessment center is originated from military. Long before. Military tried to assess each and every characteristics what they really need. And corporate actually adopted this assessment criteria from the military. In assessment center, a lot of activities takes place. One of the activities is like a role play. You might be given a role to play, and at the same time, some other candidate might be given another role so that these two can interact. And through this interaction, a lot of information actually comes up. And the SSC tried to get all this information from these interactions. Then simulation, business case simulations. Sometimes you'll be given some case studies as well. You read the case study as a group, 6 or 7 or 10, you sit down together. You need to study, bring out the points, and you need to reflect in the presentations. probably Fardana, we have a small clip. Shibli, can you please just glimpse. Just few days back, 2 or 3 days back, a group of North South University students actually participated in a assessment center where.
You make it short.
Very short. Very
Just
short.
giving you a glimpse what is.
The case was given.
Properly and what will do help us in this. And then number 2 will be solution, which is the coding design, since our practice thinking, we need that to go towards the map. 3 is small radio, transistor radio. Communication is very important, which can send signals. We can also learn about it. And there is extensions are for option, so we need direction, which way you can navigation.
I'm giving a pause. You might ask that what we really see in this sort of assessment center. You'll find that in the class also, there will be a lot of debate and you're presenting. Through that actually, you take a lead. Remember, you need to be a good speaker as well. You need to have that courage that whenever there is a this sort of group exercises, the paper is given, you go study this paper very thoroughly, you bring out the points, and once the floor is open, you can put your points over somebody else. This is so vital in the assessment center.
Start with a long term. We cannot depend solely on that, because if we have current cases in the sea, then arbitrary operations may sink in the sea. So
Right hand stands here. Are you going to look inside the boat? How are you going to light up the fire over there to cook the fish? Obviously, you can't eat it raw.
You need to really, because the business graduates in the business school, they are on and often used to. They're used to with this sort of interactions to improve yourself. This is where actually you lack. I'm not saying you. In most cases, we find the differentiation of business graduates and from the life science or some other schools.
শেষ করলো আর 6-7 মাস পরে আমি কুইট করলাম লাইক আপনারা আমাকে ট্রেনিং দিলেন তারপরে সব আমার স্কিল ডেভেলপ হলো আমি কুইট করলাম সো তারপরে যদি আমি নতুন জবের জন্য যাই আমার জন্য এটা কি বেনিফিশিয়াল হবে আর
How do you think? আপনারা কি মনে করেন? অডিয়েন্স কি বলে দেখি তো?
This will actually be very much for the sake of knowledge. So I would like to ask some questions regarding your company in general. Provide on-the-job or off-the-job training. Does your company focuses on internal recruitment or external recruitment? And finally, sir, if it's not too much confidential, what is the worker turnover rate in Mexico so far? Thank you.
One, to give that employee, promotion.
For promotion?
Yes. What kind of thing you seek from that employee?
What we really seek from that particular employee for promotion?
For promotion.
Promotion ব্যাপারে আসলে দুইটা major issues.
Does someone on the first impression? What's the value of the first impression? So, do the interviewers jump to the conclusion, or do they avoid the first impression error? So here I would like to request you to actually give some sort of information about.
Because those are the function heads. In a different function heads, they become a part of the interview board. Suppose if you want to join if you attend a quality interview, the quality head or QC manager will be the part of the board. So we always try to teach our interviewers, don't jump into the conclusion through the first impression.